The English word ghost continues Old English gast, from Proto-Germanic *gaistaz. It is common to West Germanic, but lacking in North Germanic and East Germanic. The equivalent word in Gothic is ahma. Old Norse has andi and. The prior Proto-Indo-European form was *éysd-os, from the root éysd denoting fury, anger, reflected in Old Norse geisa, to rage. The Germanic word is recorded as masculine only, but likely continues a neuter s stem. The original meaning of the Germanic word would thus have been an animating principle of the mind, in particular capable of excitation and fury. Compare or. In Germanic paganism, Germanic Mercury, and the later Odin, was at the same time the conductor of the dead and the Lord of Fury, leading the wild hunt. Besides denoting the human spirit or soul, both of the living and the deceased, the Old English word is used as a synonym of Latin spiritus, also in the meaning of breath, or blast, from the earliest attestations, 9th century. It could also denote any good or evil spirit, such as angels and demons. The Anglo-Saxon Gospel refers to the demonic possession of Matthew chapter 12 verse 43 as say unclæna gast. Also from the Old English period, the word could denote the Spirit of God, viz. the Holy Ghost. The now prevailing sense of the soul of a deceased person, spoken of as appearing in a visible form, only emerges in Middle English, 14th century. The modern noun does, however, retain a wider field of application, extending on one hand to soul, spirit, vital principle, mind, or psyche, the seat of feeling, thought, and moral judgment, on the other hand used figuratively of any shadowy outline, or fuzzy or unsubstantial image, in optics, photography, and cinematography especially, a flare, secondary image, or spurious signal. The synonym spook is a Dutch loanword, akin to Low German Spock, of uncertain etymology. It entered the English language via American English in the 19th century. Alternative words in modern usage include spectre, altn. Spectre, from Latin spectrum, the Scottish wraith, of obscure origin, phantom, via French ultimately from Greek phantasma, compare fantasy, and apparition. The term shade in classical mythology translates Greek skia, or Latin umbra, in reference to the notion of spirits in the Greek underworld. Haint is a synonym for ghost used in regional English of the southern United States, and the haint tale is a common feature of southern oral and literary tradition. The term poltergeist is a German word, literally a noisy ghost, for a spirit said to manifest itself by invisibly moving and influencing objects. Wraith is a Scots word for ghost, spectre, or apparition. It appeared in Scottish Romanticist literature, and acquired the more general or figurative sense of portent or omen. In 18th to 19th century Scottish literature, it also applied to aquatic spirits. The word has no commonly accepted etymology, the OED notes, of obscure origin only. An association with the verb writhe was the etymology favored by J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien's use of the word in the naming of the creatures known as the ringwraiths has influenced later usage in fantasy literature. Bogey or bogey is a term for a ghost, and appears in Scottish poet John Mayne's Halloween in 1780. A revenant is a deceased person returning from the dead to haunt the living, either as a disembodied ghost or alternatively as an animated undead corpse. Also related is the concept of a fetch, the visible ghost or spirit of a person yet alive.